Imagine this. It's 1781, and the United States is financially spiraling faster than your cousin who just discovered online shopping. The Continental Congress was so broke, the soldiers were being paid in IOUs and compliments. But then, like a superhero in a powdered wig, Robert Morris strutted onto the scene. Spoiler alert. This guy basically invented America's first Department of Finance. Buckle up. This story is about debts, drama, and a dude who thought bookkeeping was an extreme sport. By 1781, the Revolutionary War was dragging on like a bad high school group project. The Continental Congress, bless its heart, had printed so much paper money it was worth less than the gum stuck under your shoe. Inflation was sky high, the army was mutinying for back pay, and foreign allies were side-eyeing the colonies like, y'all good? The creation of the Department of Finance was America's Hail Mary. Congress desperately needed someone to wrestle the nation's finances into shape. And that someone was Robert Morris. Known as the Financier of the Revolution, Morris was a rich merchant with a talent for making money moves, and not the TikTok dance kind. Robert Morris. Think of him as the Elon Musk of the 18th century, but instead of tweeting nonsense, he actually fixed stuff. Continental Congress. A group of guys so divided they made your family's Thanksgiving arguments look tame. George Washington, the face of the operation, who was busy leading an army that couldn't afford shoes. The problem? Let's be real. America in 1781 was a financial dumpster fire. Congress had no power to tax, thanks Articles of Confederation, so it relied on state donations, which were about as reliable as a dollar store phone charger. Soldiers were threatening to mutiny. Creditors were knocking on the door, and morale was lower than a limbo stick. Enter Robert Morris. Morris was reluctantly appointed Superintendent of Finance. Picture him walking into Congress like, all right, who's been balancing the budget with crayons? He immediately set to work, introducing actual financial policies instead of the usual fingers-crossed approach. Morris's pièce de résistance was establishing the Bank of North America in 1781. Think of it as the OG Venmo for government funds. He secured loans from France and the Netherlands and convinced rich Americans to invest, creating a stable currency backed by actual gold and silver. Revolutionary, right? Literally. Morris/government expenses faster than you cancel a free trial before the charges hit. He also introduced a centralized system for collecting revenue and convinced Congress to grant him quasi-dictatorial powers over finances. Imagine the trust issues involved when one guy controls all the money, but hey, it worked. Of course, not everyone was thrilled. Some states accused Morris of being a wannabe dictator, while others grumbled about his strict fiscal policies. But Morris, with the charm of a reality TV host, managed to keep everyone mostly in line. The Department of Finance turned America's financial ship around, albeit slowly. Soldiers started getting paid, foreign allies were reassured, and the colonies didn't collapse into financial oblivion. The Bank of North America became a precursor to the modern banking system. Morris's reforms laid the groundwork for Alexander Hamilton's later financial brilliance. Here's the kicker. Despite his genius, Morris's methods weren't perfect. He was accused of favoritism. His policies angered half the states, and he occasionally dipped into his own funds to keep the government afloat. By the end of it, Morris probably needed a bank account just to manage his stress levels. And in a true plot twist, decades later, Morris went bankrupt and ended up in debtor's prison. Yes, the guy who saved America's finances couldn't save his own. But hey, at least he gave us a functioning economy before his wallet imploded. The creation of the Department of Finance was finalized in 1781. Morris implemented reforms that not only saved the revolution, but also set a precedent for modern financial systems. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress, and sometimes that's all history needs to be memorable. Morris's financial wizardry helped secure American independence by keeping the army supplied and creditors appeased. His Department of Finance proved that even in chaos, a little structure and a lot of loans could go a long way. So next time you see a dollar bill, give a nod to Robert Morris, the guy who turned a broke rebellion into a financially stable nation.